Well, I guess it's time for us to go ahead and make our trip. We lightened our load a little bit last time. There are still some things that I'm bringing that I don't think we actually need to bring with us, but we're going to anyway because I don't know when we'll be back here or when we'll need it. This is the big one. And I'm a little concerned about our lamp oil, but for now, for the moment, we'll leave them here as spares. I'm going to take one book just in case we need a quick way to light something. Kindling does not count as fuel, you see. So now we need to get back to the trapper. It is noon. We should probably be able to do this. Ugh. Yeah, we'll take the rifle. We're pretty healthy. So, if we are going to do any work with, you know what? Maybe we won't. We have some fishing line. We've never been fishing. And there's a fishing shack out there. One of the things that we needed to do for our side quests is to complete the basics of survival. We need to re-snare a rabbit, but one of the things that we had to do, I thought, was... yeah, here it is. Catch a fish at a fishing hole. I think this is actually a repeat. I think this is the new one. So let's go see what fishing is like. Or maybe not? That's 2 wolves. I do see some cattails, though. That's a relatively quick weapon change. I don't think they can come in from the side, so the only wolf... that's 3 wolves now. Okay. Do any of these have doors on them? I'm very tempted to try shooting a wolf. What's the condition on our gun? %. If I shoot a wolf, do they run? We'll have time. If this episode is as long as the last one, we'll have time. Shit. This is not traveling weather. This is the start of a blizzard. I guess we're gonna stay in our cabin for a little bit. Pass some time. Just a little wet. Let's have a little drink. I just wish there was something useful I could be doing with this time. Part of me thinks I should probably just travel anyway. Alright, let's try the crappy beef jerky so we can take antibiotics should we need to. Let's take the crackers with us. There will surely be more food back at the trapper's house, so I'm not too worried about that. If not, we can catch some rabbit snares. We even left, I want to say, a rabbit snare back there. I really don't want to sit around here the entire time. Alright, we're going to travel in a blizzard. Don't do this at home. Oh, we're gonna get a chance to try shooting that wolf anyway, aren't we? I just saw it up there ahead of us on the left. It's a bit far away. Now we could run through all of that almost certainly and avoid it. You can probably go the long way around it too. Up onto that hillside. We're just gonna get past where that mean old wolf likes to hang out. I think we're okay. That would be great for firewood, but I'm not sold on us needing firewood. I seem to recall the trapper had a fire, much like Grey Mother, that was always kept stocked. I guess we could think of this as a humanitarian mission. He does need the medicines that we're carrying. Let's check our map here. It's on the other side of that very tall hill. I think we're going to kind of go down and around it. Well, it's good to know our clothing's a little wet, but it's such good clothing that even in this blizzard, we are safe and warm. I still don't know why that won't let me make tea out of it, but we'll pick it up. I'm also going to grab a couple of stones here. Hopefully we can find some rabbits. I still want to snare them. Complete that quest. Again. coal really gives us a nice hot fire. Alright. I see his barn. So just on the other side of this rise, we should see the house. There it is. Did you hear the crackling of wood just a moment ago? These kinds of storms are supposed to refresh the wood that we find on the ground. More limbs, more branches, more sticks. So maybe that's what that was. Oh, we are bad at shots.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's smart.
Take it easy. You're pretty banged up. Probably a bit delirious, too. I just gave you a shot of some heavy antibiotics. Might feel funny for a while, but it'll help. And you're gonna need some time to recover.
Time? We don't have time. We need to get a message out. It's important.
Message? You mean to your friend, asking for medical help?
Never mind that. Help me up so I can look at the radio. Let's see if the parts you brought back are any good.
That's a military shortwave, isn't it?
Maybe.
I know a bit about radios. It's not like any surplus I've ever seen.
Ah, damn it! Well, parts look fine. So, whatever's wrong with the radio goes deeper than that.
What could it be?
Something to do with the power. Fuses. Transformers, maybe. We have bigger problems to deal with first. That bear's out there, hunting us. He's a smart old bastard. He'll keep us from getting out, getting supplies, finding help. Eventually, he'll either get us, or starve us out. Ah! Oh. I gotta lay down. Help me back to the bed.
The dam was pretty busted up, like you said.
Place was cracked open by the quake years ago and never recovered. Was already half dead at the time.
Meaning?
The dam dates back to the 60s. Industrialists from the mainland wanted to use it to power a mining town he was planning to build. But the bottom fell out of the price of coal, and he had to abandon those plans. Some fool tried to get it running again in the 80s, but then the forest talkers got involved, and that was the end of it. Pretty sure the quakes finished the job once and for all.
Can you tell me anything about where we are?
Well, this whole area takes its name from Mystery Lake nearby. It's kind of a wilderness preserve, though you wouldn't know it from the logging trucks. Not much around there, apart from some lake cabins that'll be locked up for the season. You've already seen the dam. Railroad passes through the area. Trains come through once in a while. Fewer every year. Whole area's mostly dead. Most of the year.
You sound like you like it that way.
Yeah, I sure do.
So, no other people living out here?
You gotta understand. The collapse destroyed Great Bear. There's nothing here to stay for. You meet anyone out here? Chances are they're hiding from something. Or someone.
And you? Why are you here?
I have my reasons.
So, who are the forest talkers?
Eco-terrorists. Activists, some call them. Depends on who you talk to, I guess.
Why are they out here?
Well, they've been active for years. They come and go. Mostly here to throw a wrench in the works for a variety of resource projects, mining, forestry mainly. They want Great Bear to remain a pristine wilderness.
You don't sound like you agree.
Oh, I've no love for industry. But this is the way of the world. You have something they want. They take it. Nothing much you can do to stop it.
Well, judging by what I saw in the dam, I'd say the forest talkers are still active.
Well, that's good news for you. Keep your eyes open for supply caches they might have left behind.
What's this unfinished business between you and the bear?
Ah, me and the old bear. Every time we meet, we make a little trade.
And what do you trade?
Each other's blood, mostly.
Sounds like a losing proposition.
Oh, I'm sure it will be. For one of us.
The main reason I'm out here is I'm looking for someone.
You won't find too many people out here. That's kind of the whole point.
This is someone important to me. A woman. She may have passed through here a few days ago. She might have been injured.
What makes you think she came through here?
She passed through the tunnel leaving Milton. Then... I'm not sure.
Well, the roads from Milton don't lead this way. Wherever she's headed, you'll have to cross the mountains to find her. Not an easy path, even for the most experienced outdoorsman.
I'll do whatever it takes.
You won't get far with that bear on the prowl. What we need is to get my radio up and running, so we can find out what the hell is going on. Maybe someone out there has seen your friend.
The woman I'm looking for. She might be on her way to a place called Perseverance Mills. You know it?
Yeah. Shit-nothing town, north part of the island.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I know it.
We were on our way there, my passenger and I, when we crashed. I need to find a way to get there, or contact her. See if she's all right.
You sure she's alive?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, normally I'd make some calls on the old shortwave. Whole area's been damn quiet since those lights in the sky. Even the wildlife's acting strange. But I might have an idea.
What do you mean the wildlife's acting strange?
You live out here long enough, you get a sense for the patterns in nature. Right now, the patterns are broken. Critters aren't behaving the way they should. It's like they're spooked or something. No, not spooked, but changed somehow. Best way I can say it is, things don't feel right.
You said you had an idea. What do you have in mind?
Well, it's a long shot. But I may know how we can find out about your friend.
I'm listening.
This shortwave, I use it to keep an ear open for what's going on.
So how do we get the radio working?
There's no reason I can see why it shouldn't be working.
Well, what about more parts? Or another radio?
We might find another radio, but I think I have a better idea. Problem is, it's no use with the old bear out there. Your path to a working radio, and our survival, is through that bear. We have to find a way to deal with him first.
Okay. So we have to deal with the bear. But you're half dead, and rifle shots don't seem to do much. So...
That's because the old bear is special. I've been hunting and trapping for years, and I've shot a lot of bears. But I've never encountered anything quite like him. A special bear like that needs special magic to bring him down.
Magic?
Don't worry, I'm not delirious. I don't mean literal magic, but we need the old knowledge, the old ways.
What do you have in mind?
There's an old story, local legend maybe, about one of the original settlers of this place, Spence. Story goes something like this. Spence shows up and sets up his claim shanty with his young family in tow. For generations, the family had been traders in the Hudson's Bay Company. Old voyageur stock, they say. Hard people. Survivors. One day, a bear shows up and menaces the homestead. Spence takes a shot at the bear, but it doesn't seem to do anything. Bear wanders off, but Spence's wife, she takes a turn. Slips into fever. For days, delirious, she screams about the bear. Local doctor can't do a thing for her, neither can the priest. A week later, a hired hand goes missing. And they find him. Just a body. Ravaged. Spence fears for his wife and kids. He's convinced some evil bear spirit is trying to kill them. Revenge for some slight in the past, maybe. Something in the family history. Spence gets some men together for a hunting party. They go out into the muskeg and track something big for days. Eventually corner it. It's a big son of a bitch. Biggest bear they'd ever seen. Man-killer. Story goes, they empty their rifles into the bear and it just walks away. Like it's made of stone. They call it the demon bear after that. Wife's dying now. Spence believes the bear's evil spirit is killing her, eating her soul. He can't get anyone to join him on another hunting party. They know rifles don't work. So he forges a spear. Like a boar spear, but bigger. From some old Hudson's Bay trapper's wisdom, apparently. He goes out into the muskeg, disappears for days, and then one morning, the wife's fever breaks. But nothing from Spence. Some men go out looking for him, and they find him. Half dead. Blood all over him. Body torn almost in two. The bear's work. The last thing he says is, "Spear stole the bear's soul. My wife is now free." And then he's gone.
So, did he kill the bear?
Nobody knows. Never found a carcass. They buried Spence, took the spear back and hung it over the mantelpiece in the Spence homestead. Never saw that bear, or any other, again. Years later, after the Spence family faded to obscurity, wealthy land baron bought the spear to hang in his hunting lodge. Just so he could tell that story, I imagine.
So, do you believe it? The story of the demon bear and the spear stealing its soul?
No, of course not. I might spend all my time alone in the wilderness, but I'm not crazy. But the old stories sometimes have truths hidden in them. Spence might have been superstitious, but he had the right idea. 10 inches of cold, hard steel might do what a bullet can't. I'm convinced. A spear's the way to kill that bear. And you need to get Spence's bear-killing spear if we're gonna survive the winter. The old hunting lodge is still there. A couple of days' journey south. Follow the tracks the other way, through the muskeg, and you'll find it. If the spear's there, get it. It might be our best hope.
And the radio?
You deal with the bear, and let me worry about the radio. Now, let me rest. Good luck out there. Watch out for our demon.
Right.
Chapter 2, The Best Defense. Okay, I think it's too late in the day for us to actually do anything with it right now, but we'll spend the night here. I just want to get some stuff cooking right now before we leave. There we go. Go ahead and start some snow. Alright, buddy. Well, I can't talk to him anymore. We have the whole workbench here, so we can do things that we need to do on the workbench. We've got an extra storm lantern. Now, I stored a bunch of stuff in this locker. And it seems that it's here. Cured gut, cured rabbit pelt, cedar firewood. I think I stored... There we are, a snare. In fact, let's look at what it would take to make another snare. I want to go outside, see if we can find a rabbit area, and set some up. Reclaimed wood. Did I leave some of that in here? Because we have a gut. Rancid venison raw. It's been out there for a long time. We really need to cook that. And probably eat it. But not just here at the moment. I don't see any more reclaimed wood. We didn't keep any on us. Well, we can go set up at least the one snare. Actually, hope you don't mind. Now we'll make our snare. Have to get the cured gut out of here. Okay. How is our water? An hour until it's boiled. I was hoping that was a sharpening stone. Alright. Let's go see if we can find a rabbity looking place. Ah, rabbits back there. And it looks like some old man beard, too. Okay. Well, we're gonna gather the old man beard. We have to be away from these guys for quite some period of time, so I'm not actually afraid to startle them. Although, this would be a tremendous waste of a bullet, but it might be a good way to learn to shoot. Rabbits don't go very far. Hey, bunny. There we go. Okay. Took a second for him to figure out that we're terrifying. Worried about gathering wood or anything, just give me this lichen. There's some more on that tree. Trying to see if there's anything down there without going down there, but it doesn't look like it. Okay. Got all of that. What do I have in the way of tools? I'm starting to think this is the very last bit of our old life. I'm going to drop these. I know we thought maybe we would use them, but I don't think so. The traps are going to work or they're not. We have no desperate need of the rabbits right now. I'd forgotten that we had some venison that was in there. Let's see if there's any bark over here. Looks like there might be. No, these are just sticks. Let's get up on top of this hill and see what we can see. Nothing really but more hill. Okay. We already looked out there. We're gonna have to go explore in the wilderness out here at some point. Let's do a little more water. So I've got two things that I want to try. One, I want to try dropping the meat outside and see if it goes bad less quickly. Hopefully it does not, you know, bring all the bears to the yard. Or wolves, or literally any sort of less than friendly wildlife, I suppose. Also, this is at 25% condition. I want to see if it gets better. One of the tooltips made me think that it would improve in quality, if only we gave it a chance to do so by cooking it. Another cooking pot, we don't really need it. We will probably be taking those nut pork and beans with us. You don't have a knife, do you, old timer? Because I am using a sliver of my airplane as my as my knife, and it's getting kind of old. But I don't see anything up here. A torch I can't use. The workbench, storm lantern I probably shouldn't use. Nope, nothing in there. 8 minutes. Alright, so let's fill our lantern again. We picked up some lantern oil. We've got a can, which I want to keep with us. We can probably put out our bedroll. We'll be spending the night in here after all. Yes, it was increased to 75%. We'll see if the other one's still edible in the morning. It is coming close on tonight. I wish we were more tired than we were, but I don't really want to travel into the muskeg at night. So it looks like we'll go south into the tunnel, and then that should take us into the muskeg. We have plenty of supplies to get there. I'm not too worried about that. Let's consider how we might get to the lake. We saw some wolves here. Fishing cabin was a little further back, so I think maybe we could come across this way and enter this way and kind of avoid them. There is also a cache that's up here, and we could probably cross the lake and follow this frozen stream. Worst comes to worst, we could always go back up towards the dam, but I'd like to avoid that. I do want to go to this lookout, hoping there's some good stuff there. And then there's going to be huge sections like this. We went almost everywhere on the old map. Now, if we're going to have multiple regions, maybe that's not the case this time, but I think we do need to explore. But that is going to be a thing that we'll have to do next time.
It will lead you back to me.